Tower 7 is unquestionably one of the hardest things to answer.
So you just got to just, like a detective, you got to look at it like a detective. You got, okay, that building came down. So the people want to know what happened at Tower 7. How come it looks like a demo? It looks like it exploded. It must be exploded. That's the conspiracy theory. What does the government say? Nothing. It's not in the 9/11 Commission report. They deny it. They don't say anything. They don't acknowledge it. After public pressure of wanting to know if that was a controlled demo or not. We want a real investigation. Finally, in 2008, NIST finally came out. A government agency comes out, and they ask him. They go, "What?" He gives a little presentation that Tower 7 was brought down because it got too hot, and then he starts fielding questions. And they said, "Why didn't you guys test for explosives? This is what this is all about." You know what he said? The answer was, there were no witnesses that said they heard explosions. That was his answer. And there's endless video after
Someone's
video
gonna make a meme
after
of that.
video
Endless.
after video after video. Firemen, policemen, witness after witness after witness after witness. There's all on video. All in video, right when it happens, and then the bombs went off, and then before that plane, and then bombs were just, and then the whole lobby was just bombs, and then we turned around, we were going down the elevator, and the elevator blew up, and everyone's saying bombs. The newscasters are saying while they're there, everyone's saying bombs are going off everywhere. They took all that and buried it. They were saying there's all this. They said NIST, it's on video. They're saying we didn't have any. They go, you didn't check for explosives? They go, no, we didn't check for explosives. There was no witnesses that said they heard explosions.
Now, I'm not going to get into, the over 2 or close to 3,000 architects and engineers, that are calling for reinvestigation, family members and whatnot.
I'm a family member trying to find out the answers to the murder of 3,000 plus people.
Please look at architects and engineers. People all around the world, scientists all around the world are questioning this.
It took some kind of consciousness raising on my part before I was willing to look at the possibilities. And really, you need to go where the evidence leads.
As an engineer, I have 3 degrees in engineering. I signed that petition for architects and engineers for 9/11 Truth some time ago because the American people absolutely need the truth of 9/11.
Look at the evidence. In fact, I'll say this very categorically. Any reasonable person who looks at the evidence that's been brought forward has got to come away with the feeling that something has to be done, a real investigation has to be put forward.
But now the example that I want to strike is, if again, one innocent life is tragic enough, that's just horrible. Islam condemns it, it doesn't condone it. But now imagine, like, if we've been off of that, how many people have died because of that in another part of the world?
Right.
So that cycle, that hate, now that violence, terrorism cycle. So now the feelings that you feel, never forget. Mm-hmm. Now you're bombing, droning all these people. People, they don't put themselves in the other people's shoes. Right. Not justifying, not at all, killing innocent women and children. But what are these people feeling? They're human beings too. How it's like these people are just less human. What do you have you talked with people? What do you ask them? Like, are you do you innocent life there, blood here, same blood, same? I mean,
yeah. I mean, everyone claims that all blood is equal, but they don't really treat it as
unless
equal.
It's trending.
Unless it's trendy. That's the problem. We live in like a very trendy society. News is trendy. It'll last 1 or 2 weeks, and then it doesn't matter how important it was. It's gone. Right, and just people's information, people's understanding of the world is extremely restricted, and they don't really understand. Before, when we were about to invade Iraq, people couldn't identify where Iraq was on a map. Many people probably still can't do that. I mean, they don't really know much about the world, yet we're supposed to be these very highly educated, enlightened intellectuals today who are supposed to understand things. The vast majority of people don't understand things. They think they understand. I think there's a lot of overconfidence in people's own moral compass. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of overconfidence in people's view of what they think they know about the world and the way the world functions supposedly in this enlightened time that we're living in, right? Despite all these people being, living misery, dying, getting killed, just having their resources stolen, all of these things that are happening, either people, they don't know about it and they're not going to take any effort to go and investigate, and it should be presented to us, but it's not, right, because of propaganda and war machine and all of that stuff. Or people know about it, but they're distracted. You know what? It's really sad. I just heard that 1 million people got killed in Iraq. That's really, really bad. It bothers me. But you know what? Let me just go buy a cup of coffee and let's go watch a movie. We just numb ourselves and just get rid of it. There's nothing wrong with watching a movie or buying a cup of coffee. But to just forget about that and all of a sudden, we just go and entertain ourselves. And that's big. That's the problem with our culture, I think, is that even when people do find out, most people, when they find out, they want to just remove that because they feel like they can't do anything about it. But you know what? They can do something. The fact that they know about it, the fact that they speak about it in their own small circle of influence, that's going to influence other people, and eventually public perception, public opinion plays a major role in whether or not you're going to go and invade a country or kill a group of people or, incite hatred against a particular religious group or religious minority. That makes a difference. So even if you think like you as a small person, you only have like 10 friends, 20 friends, what am I going to do? I can't save like the entire world. Yeah, you can't save the world, but your contribution is important. And if enough people do that, then you can make a big difference. And people like Joe, they don't just have a small circle of influence. They have a huge circle of influence. So when someone like that does a small part in removing some of these myths, talking about, we shouldn't be killing these people and we shouldn't be, putting a hatred against them, it plays a major role.
Major role.
A major role.
Yeah, and again, the experts that we quoted, one, I'd like to mention Dr. Pape from the University of Chicago. Again, he clearly states, and they don't bring him on mainstream media because then that would garner the support of more people to be against this hate war cycle. But and he talks about it's all about foreign occupation, little to nothing to do with Islam. But you have this force now coming out, with all the negative propaganda, spewing this false information. So now, oh, these people do honor killings. Oh, these people oppress women. Oh, these people, basically making them less human. So now people just don't care. They think, okay, they deserve to be bombed.
Exactly.
Just bomb them. Keep bombing smithereens.
Exactly.
And blame the Islam. The Islam is the problem,
That's
right?
it.
To divert people's attention from the real problem over here.
Yep.
Exploiting people's resources, their land and whatnot. What's the root problem causing this?
Right.
It's not Islam.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. So hopefully this is our humble, genuine attempt to reach people like Joe Rogan and get you and others like yourself on his show. That would also show a good attempt on his side to be genuine and not to be balanced, well balanced.
Absolutely. I would love to. And if he wants to even meet just privately first or something like that, I'm more than willing to talk to him about
You're the
these
imam
things.
at a big community in what part of California?
In Orange County, in Anaheim, California.
Anaheim, California, Joe. We have our good friend here, also the Dean of Academic Affairs for the College of Islamic
California
University there of Islamic Studies.
Yes.
So we have a person who's qualified, who can help fact check a lot of these things. Anything else we missed?
I think that's it.
We got a lot covered here.
We covered quite a bit.
There was a lot more. Hopefully in the future we can hope we get a good response, and people can help push this out there to Mr. Joe Rogan. And if we get you on the show, we can get him on the show if he's ever in Chicago. Our door is open, and if he gets you, hopefully this has produced much good. And if not, hopefully the people that watch this, they have a better understanding. And the haters are always just going to hate. It doesn't matter. People just look for a reason to be angry, something to, take and throw.
Yeah, they're not going to go away. There are people like that. But you know what? We hope to reach out to the people who seem to be more objective and are willing to listen.
Yeah.
That's our job, and that's what we want to do.
And that's it. We're out of time. I'd like to thank you. Thank you
very much
being with us again. And thank you guys. Thank you, Joe, if you listen, and all the people, his viewers, our viewers, and tune into the Dean Show every week. That's what we're here, to sincerely try to clear up the misconceptions and deliver the true message of Islam. And we'll see you next time. Until then, subscribe if you haven't already. Like, share, get this out so more people can benefit. See you next time. Next week, same time, same channel. Until then, peace be with you. Assalamu alaikum. We encourage people to come to us and ask.